All right, it's time for a naval battle. Now, this is Hamilcar, and in Hannibal, the game that's on the other side of this map, naval battles really don't happen. There's naval movements that can be canceled. Rome has basic naval dominance. I think there's a couple events that could represent the outcome of a naval engagement. But naval battles are a big part of Hamilcar. And so here's how naval battles work. First of all, in order to sail using these sea connections, you're going to trace your movement along these sea connections just like they're land connections, with the exception that you can move by land, then by sea, then by land again. You can't move by sea, then land, then sea again. There's a specific way that you can do this. I took the Carthaginian general from Utica, marched by land, picked up a bunch of ground units in Carthage, and it's time for a desperation play. It's late in the game, and Carthage is not doing well. So to turn things around, we have played an event, and we want to be able to land in a Roman-controlled port to eliminate some PCs off the board, and perhaps get lucky with a siege, get naval supremacy back, maybe turn things around. So the movement that they did is they marched by land. That's one movement point. Then by sea, it's 2, 3, and then by another sea connection to Messina for 4. So they've exhausted their movement by engaging in that particular route. The fleet consists of all of the ready warships. You can use as many as you have available. I used everything but the kitchen sink for Carthage. This is all in. They're putting all their chips on the table. That's their whole army and that's their whole navy. This is all they got left. Rome, on the other hand, they've got 5 warships and they've got 5 ground units in the interception force. The combination of warships and ground units cannot exceed 10. Now, to intercept, you have to intercept from a major port like Rome or Carthage or Syracuse. So from that location, you have to trace a movement of no more than 4 and up to the Romans' naval movement rating, which right now is 4. Basically, their naval movement rating is the number of PCs on their seamanship table. So from Rome, they could travel 1, 2, 3. They could have intercepted as early as here. However, when the battle is lost, you need to take into consideration where are you going to retreat to, where are you going to end up after this is all done. And that wasn't exactly where I wanted them to end up. So I thought, let's intercept a little bit later, give ourselves some cushion, and instead I had them intercept at Messina. So they've only moved 2 spaces, or 1, 2, 3 spaces for the intercept. They have 1 movement remaining to them that they didn't use. So I guess actually 1, 2, 3. Yeah, they did use their 3 movements to intercept. So interception's been done. Now a naval battle is going to happen. Now, naval battles can only happen if there's an interception. Now, what if Rome just decided, hey, I don't want to intercept? That's fine. You don't have to do it. But if you choose not to and you have the ability to do it, you lose your naval supremacy. And whoever holds this gets to fire first in naval battles. So that's an important deal. So I kind of felt like they had to answer this challenge. So the next thing you do is you're going to look at your leaders that are involved, and you're going to look for the keyword. You want to find out if they have an admiral rating or not. Now this guy is the wrong leader. I grabbed the wrong one. This is the guy we want. They look the same. I forgot this guy's got like the headdress kind of thing on his helmet. So this is the leader that we got here. He is a 2-2 leader, but he has a naval rating of 3 in naval battles. So his battle rating is actually a 3 because this is a naval battle. So what you're going to do is you're going to each draw cards from the naval tactics deck. You're going to shuffle that deck first. You're going to draw these cards equal to your battle rating +1 if you have if the battle's taking place in a location that is marked with your color. Okay, so if it's a blue PC, the Carthage would get an extra card. If it's a red PC, the Romans will get it. And the Romans, of course, they have the city of Messina under their color, under their control. So they're going to get a total of 4 tactics cards. They're also going to get a chance to fire first. Now, once your turn, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose and play one of your tactics cards if you want. You don't have to do that. And then you're going to roll dice for each of 3 rounds of naval combat. You keep doing this until either the opposing fleet is destroyed or they evade and flee the battle, or you choose to evade and flee the battle, or your ships are destroyed. It's probably not going to go 3 rounds. Most naval battles I've played are done in 2-round stops. So what column you roll on the attrition table, you look at the Roman numerals down here at the bottom, you're going to start in this column here on the very first round, unless you have an admiral with a battle rating greater than 1, in which case you start with the column matching his battle rating. So he's actually going to throw on this column here. If he throws a 1, he's going to throw a miss, but he'll get to draw a tactics card. If he throws a 2, nothing happens. 3, he'll inflict 1 loss. 4, 5, those will all inflict 1 loss. If he throws a 6, he'll inflict 2 losses. A modified 7, which can happen due to tactics card play, then he will gain naval supremacy in addition to those losses that he inflicts. And so this is all kind of done in sequence. So we're going to go ahead and flip over the tactics cards and just kind of get a sense of what we got here. The Deke Plus is played in the engagement. You get to roll the die and the result. If the result is higher than the commanding enemy general's battle rating, double the hits inflicted in your battle result. Kind of nice. Broken Oars. You get to add 1 to your battle roll, and you get to draw a tactics card if you score a hit. That might be a good one too. The Periplus, make your battle roll at the next column to the right. So he'd actually throw in the 4 column with this one. That might be useful. Skilled Crews. One of your warships sunk during the battle is saved and moved to the at-sea box as a ready warship. You get 2 of them if your commanding general is an admiral. So this is a way to get your fleet back again. That might be really helpful too. Now, are we an admiral? Yes, we are. You look at the traits on the card. If it says admiral, then he is one. If he's not, then his battle rating is meaningless in the naval engagement. So you want to make sure you have the right kind of leaders here. So I think that probably a good one here would be to go ahead and let's do Broken Oars first. We get to add 1 to our battle roll and draw another tactic card if we score a hit. So we're going to go ahead and throw 1 of the dice. We basically just, oh man, that's like the worst thing he could have rolled. The only thing that wouldn't do anything for him is if he rolled a 2, and that's exactly what he rolled. So some days are like that. All right, so he is done. At this point, I can choose to try to evade or not. Well, we're going to stick in this because we have some good cards. So this thing's not over by a long shot. We'll go ahead and see what Carthage has. They have a reserve squadron. Move any ready warships from the at port box to the at sea box, or draw 1 tactics card. So that's kind of a card. Fire ships, play only if you do not have the supremacy. This round, no prizes are taken. The other player must skip his next battle roll. Not sure I like that one. Ambush, add 1 to your battle roll and deduct 1 from your opponent's battle roll. So this one here is, I think that's a good one to open up with. Let's open up with the ambush for the Carthaginians. Now, the admiral for the Carthaginians is Hannibal. He is an admiral, and he's got a battle rating of 3. His special trait doesn't really help him in this battle. So he's going to go ahead and throw a die. And again, we're just using the regular 6-sided die. And he rolled pretty well. He rolled a 4, which becomes a 5. And we're on the 3 column because he's a 3. And that's going to inflict 1 loss. So 1 Roman ship is destroyed. So he is taken out of the battle. And we're going to go ahead and take that and put it on the turn track. The idea being that the markers that are on the turn track, they can't be built again until that turn. Beginning of next turn, these go back into your available pool to be built. So that's round 1. Now we go to the next round. And what are we going to do here with the Romans? You can only play 1 card. We know what they've ambushed us. And so maybe we use the Periplus. Make your battle roll at the next column to the right. So we're actually going to be on the 4 column now, because each round you move 1 row to the right. So we're going to be on the 4 column now, so this will make it on the 5 column. Let's go ahead and play that one. But we have a -1 to our die roll, so that's the column that we're going to be on. And we roll our die, and we rolled a 4. And the 4 for him becomes a 3. And a 3 on that 5 column is only 1 hit. So Carthaginians dodge a bullet there, and 1 is removed. So the ambush is done. Now we got to go and see what we're going to do for round 2 with these guys. I think drawing a tactic card is probably the best of these two. Yeah, I think that's probably the best of these 2 ships. The Romans don't have the Corvus employed right now, so I'm not worried about them taking prizes, which is what the fire ships will avoid. So that card's not really helpful, or as helpful as it otherwise would be. So we're going to go ahead and draw a card, and we drew the card Panic. Try to get my camera to focus here. Roll once in your battle column to determine a number of opposing warships, which then become spent and move to the at-port box. Wow, that's nice. All right, so it's still 3 to 4. They still have an edge. This is where Carthage really needs to turn the tables on them. And if they do well, ooh, that's a nice roll. If they do well, we're on the 3 column. So 2 ships get pulled out of the battle, and they're marked as spent, and they get put back into here, into their at-port. And so they panicked and fled. That is cool. And we could play that because that was an immediate card. You can play that immediately. Nice. Okay, so now it's time for the regular roll. And it's in combination with your tactic card and then your regular roll that you can really do damage on your opponent. And so 5 or 6... Whoa, we'll probably do it for him. Well, that's about as good as it could possibly go for the Carthaginians, because we're on the 4 column, and a 5 does inflict 2 hits, and that will do it. Since there are no more Romans left in the battle, the Romans not going to get a chance to have a turn, and now so their general will have to retreat, and the naval move is successful. If we choose to end our naval move in this location, then the remaining ships in our fleet are going to remain ready. Otherwise, they get flipped over to their spent side. There's a whole procedure that you go through in the play aid. It'll tell you whether they become spent, whether there's any movement, where you go when you retreat. When the battle's done, all that's going to be resolved. The play aid's really helpful to walk through the process, but you get a sense for how it works. It has this sense of a desperate engagement. It's something that's a little bit more, has a little bit more of a tactical feel than land battles have in this particular game, as opposed to Hannibal, which has a very tactical feel in the land battles, and the naval is very abstracted. So hopefully this gives you a good sense of how it works. There will be political repercussions for this. So the Romans lost. The number of lost units was 3. Those guys that got sent back here that panicked, they don't count as losses. So there's only 3 losses. So 1 political control token will be removed from the board somewhere, and that'll be the Roman player's choice. So probably just pull this guy here out of Samnium. Samnium is not a politically relevant territory, but it does provide reinforcements every turn, so you do want to control it. So that they can afford to lose some ground there, and that's why I'll pull that one out. So I'm Joel Toppin. This is Hamilcar. It's the bonus game, the extra game that comes in the newest edition of Hannibal from Phalanx Games. Hope you enjoyed the video.